What's going on? How's everyone doing?
Shout out to Colin. Everybody else who's cool with Colin.
Chunky! I didn't say.
Eat your popcorn and your Coca-Cola and relax.
Anyway, tell Colin I'm ready.
What's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are having a great day. Happy Thursday. Only one day left. Friday evening. Yeah. All right. Let's watch some court. You guys want to watch some court? I want to watch some court. Okay. A couple things real quick. Sorry about last night. I had to cancel the stream last minute. And here is why. Heather was in a car accident. Yeah, I mean, her car's not happy right now, but she's okay. She's okay. But I took the night off to hang out with her. Sure, you guys understand. But yeah, she's okay. She's actually in the chat. She just said hi. So that is why I took last night off. And okay, back to court. Let's see. First couple clips are in Reno, where their grandma's getting arrested. Got two grandmas in one day. This is interesting. All right, before I hit that play button, you know what to do. Hit the like and subscribe. Do your jump kick backflips. Let's go.
Ms. Wilson, good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
Ms. Wilson, were you in the courtroom when the video containing your rights was played, or did you hear me go over your rights this morning with outside of that video?
I saw you give and heard you give the misdemeanor rights to other people. Yes, I heard some of those words.
Great. Did you understand the rights?
Mine, I don't know if that applies to me.
They all apply to you. You're facing a misdemeanor charge. Do you understand the rights?
I'm facing a battery charge, sir.
That's a misdemeanor charge. Do you understand the rights that I went over this morning?
Some of them.
Which ones don't you understand?
No one has asked me yet the condition of the battery that has been charged on me.
Have you not had a chance to speak with your attorney this morning?
I have not had a chance to use the phone because
your attorney is on this Zoom hearing with us, Ms. Hubach.
I did not know my attorney.
Ms. Hubach, can you remind Ms. Wilson of your conversation?
Yes, Ms. Wilson, we talked about what you wanted to do this morning. You're going to plead not guilty. We're going to set this for trial.
Okay.
Do you understand that?
I know that we're going to trial.
But the trial's not today.
It's not today?
No, this is just your arraignment. As I explained to you, you're going to plead not guilty. We're going to set it for trial.
Yeah.
Do you understand that, Ms. Wilson?
Yes, I do.
All right, thank you. We're on record in 24 CR 07742. You were charged with a crime of simple battery alleged to have occurred on June 17th of this year. Do you understand that charge?
Yes, I understand the charge.
May
I explain something?
Hang on. How do you wish to plead to that charge?
I think she has resting shock face. I can't stop looking at it now.
I want to plead not guilty because
I'm going to accept your not guilty plea, but I'm going to invite you not to speak about the charge. You have the right to remain silent. I'm asking you to invoke that right and remain silent. There are reasons for my request. Number one, you have the right to remain silent under the Fifth Amendment and not say anything that's self-incriminating. You are wanting to say things about the case, perhaps, and you think those statements might be to your benefit, but they might very well be not to your benefit. There's a prosecutor sitting right here with us. She could grab a copy of this recording and use it against you at that trial. Therefore, I'm going to ask you to remain silent on the case. The other reason I want you to remain silent is I could very well be the trial judge assigned to this case, and I do not want to hear any facts of the case except if they're admitted into evidence by the rules of criminal procedure and the rules of evidence. So please, no facts, no discussions about the facts of the case. I accept your not guilty plea. I am appointing counsel to represent you, ma'am.
okay.
And let's go ahead and get a trial date, and then we'll go over your custody status.
August 1st at 1 p.m.
Thank you. August 1st, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, your trial set. That's going to be in the Reno Municipal Court. Let's go over your custody status, Ms. Drake.
It has been set at 500. I assume that's just a provisional holding
It
bail.
is. Mhm.
Okay. I guess my concern here is this involved an altercation with her neighbors. I assume she'll be going back there to that residence pending trial. So I would like to see some monetary bail just to help with safety issues when she gets back there. I'll ask that we keep it at the 500 bondable and that she has no contact with her neighbor Tyler Stoltz.
All right, thank you. Ms. Ubach?
That's a joint request.
All right. Ms. Wilson, anything you wish to say with regard to how I release you? Not about the facts of the case, please, and you're not required to say anything at this point.
Yes, we want her to talk, and she does not disappoint. Not about to go down. She doesn't say anything bad, but it's kind of funny.
Sir, if you honor would let me say that if you release me, I will be happy to be serving my husband the chores that I do daily. And I would need permission to go to and from my apartment to the smoking table as my luxury. My one luxury that I have there is to walk up and down the sidewalk to go to the picnic table to my smoke and take my coffee with me. And I will not say anything to Tyler Stoltz. I did not know his last name until today. Because I didn't think I would ever have to speak to that man.
Ms. Wilson, is he a next door neighbor?
Yeah, I forgot about that part. I remember her asking if she was allowed to walk down to the park to the picnic table to have her smoke. I remember that. Don't remember the serving the husband part. Yeah, probably shouldn't have said it was funny.
Neighbor to you, or is he a neighbor in the complex?
He is right on my right-hand side on a number of 26. If you're looking at the apartment from the breezeway,
I
he would
understand.
be on your left, but he's the last one there.
Yeah. You know, at some point you're going to have to reside at that place and he's going to reside there too. So here's what I'm going to do, ma'am. I noticed that the NPRA score in this case was a 4. That's pretty low. It's exceedingly low. And there's no history of failing to appear. There's no criminal history that alerts that's concerning this court. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance in this case. You will obey all laws and you will consume no alcohol or drugs without a prescription. You will not harass, annoy, or threaten Tyler Stoltz, and you are to not have no contact with him unless it's incidental contact. Do you understand that?
What is incidental contact?
Well, you live right next door to him, so you might actually see each other every now and then. If you do, turn the other way, go back in your apartment, or just walk the other way. Don't have any conversations with him. Don't annoy him. Don't harass him, or don't threaten him. Just walk the other way, okay?
Okay.
All right.
What do I do in the case that he would threaten me and I'm not talking to
Call the
him?
police.
Okay.
That'll be my order. Make sure you show up to that court date that we're going to give you, okay?
August 1st.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Through that blue door over there.
Oh, ma'am, I want you to report to the Reno Municipal Court upon release.
Upon release?
Yes.
Is there a phone number that I'm to call, or am I to go?
Tony Velasquez Elvira.
All right, that was grandma number 1. We're gonna move on to grandma number 2. Grandma's charged with battery. You know, I got nothing. I don't. What she yelling at a kid and the kid didn't like it, so he called the cops. I don't know. Whoever Tyler is needs to. I don't know. Walk the other way. Why are you getting in a fight with grandma?
All right, that'll be the order then. And Ms. Tony, good morning.
Good morning.
Were you in the courtroom this morning when the video containing your rights was played, or when I went over your rights?
I can't hear. My ears are plugged.
All right. Did you hear the rights this morning that either I went over with everyone or in the video? Do you need a hearing device, ma'am?
No, I have a head cold. It's all plugged up.
Can you hear me?
Now I can.
You couldn't hear me earlier?
No, I could not.
Did you hear the video this morning that played?
I did not.
All right, let's go through it again. Apparently, this is my morning to practice my rights. Right, Ms. Bellatoni, you're facing misdemeanor charges. As such, you need to understand that the maximum possible penalty for any misdemeanor charge is up to 6 months in jail and up to $1,000 fine on each charge. Do you understand the maximum possible penalties for misdemeanors?
$1,000 in 6 months.
Yes. You have a right to enter not guilty pleas on these charges and set these matters for a speedy and public trial within 60 days of today's date. Do you understand that?
Yes.
At that trial, you'd be entitled to be represented by an attorney, and if you could not afford one, I would appoint counsel to represent you at no cost. Do you understand that as well?
Yes.
The city would have the burden of proving each element of these charges against you beyond a reasonable doubt. And if they could not meet that burden at that trial, you would be acquitted. That is found not guilty. Do you understand?
Yes.
You would also have the right to confront and cross-examine the city's witnesses. You can question them under the Sixth Amendment. You could call your own witnesses to court and use this court's subpoena power to compel their appearance to testify on your behalf. And finally, you would enjoy the right to remain silent at that trial. And if you chose to remain silent, I would not be able to hold that against you in any way. Do you understand those additional constitutional trial rights?
Yes.
All right. You also have the opportunity instead to enter either no contest pleas or guilty pleas this morning and go directly forward to sentencing. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Let's take you through your cases, okay?
We're about to learn what she did, but if I were to guess, she has an unpaid parking ticket from 1937.
The city has offered that if you enter a plea of no contest to the trespassing, they'll dismiss the open container case. Do you wish to accept that offer?
I do, but I didn't have an open container.
Well, that charge is being dismissed if you accept the offer, so I think it's kind of rendered moot.
I didn't have one. I had no open
So
container.
you're arguing about a case that is going to be dismissed in exchange for your plea to the trespassing. If you want to continue to argue it, what we can do is set the matter for trial and you can take it to trial instead.
No.
Okay. We're going to be on record in 24 CR 07793. You were charged with trespassing alleged to have occurred on June 18th of this year. This in the area of 200 East 4th Street. That would be the bus station. Do you understand that charge?
Yes.
How do you wish to plead to that charge?
I guess guilty. I'm not sure.
Well, have you decided?
Guilty, right? And I would be dismissed.
So you and your attorney had discussions this morning where your attorney probably advised you to enter a no contest plea to the charge in exchange for the other case being dismissed. Is that your desire to enter a no contest plea to that charge?
Yes.
You understand that by entering a no contest plea, you'll be waiving your constitutional trial rights I just went over with you?
Yes.
You understand then that means that there will be no trial on this matter and we'll proceed directly to sentencing.
Okay.
Okay. I'll accept your plea of no contest, find you guilty of that charge, and I will dismiss the open container charge in 22 CR 07160, and I'll go ahead and quash the warrant. Ms. Drake, any further with regard to sentencing recommendations?
I think she might be a good candidate for community court. She seems like a nice lady. Maybe we could help her out.
Great. Ms. Hubach?
That's a joint request, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Ms. Bellatoni, have you ever heard of community court?
Have I ever what?
Heard of community court?
I've heard of it, but I don't know what it means.
Well, it's a court where we work with usually mostly the unhoused population in our community to connect them with services such as Medicaid, SNAP benefits, IDs, employment, Social Security, disability, things like that.
Okay.
Is that what you would like to work with?
Oh, yes, please.
That's what we're going to do. And we work out of the downtown Reno library. We don't actually work out of the courthouse.
Okay.
I'm the judge that presides over that court. So here's what I'm going to order you to do, Ms. Bellatoni. I'm releasing you on your own recognizance in this case. So you're released today from the jail unless something else is holding you. The conditions of your release are as follows. Obey all laws, no alcohol or drugs without a prescription, and you are to report to community court on July 3rd at 8:30 in the morning. That's at the downtown Reno library. Do you know where that library is?
No, but I could ask a bus driver.
Well, that and they'll also, the deputy will give you information with regard to where community court is. It's at 301 South Center Street, but I'm sure you'll find your way there and you'll get the address before you're released from custody, okay? 8:30 in the morning, next Wednesday, the July 3rd, July 3rd. Okay?
I get it written down.
Yeah, we'll get that for you. Thank you, ma'am. Michael Brooks,
Have a good day.
thank you, you too.
All right, Biggin. Thank you so much for the raid, bud. I appreciate it. Welcome to all the raiders. We just started about 15 minutes ago. The first two cases were two grandmas who got arrested. Kind of having a laugh about it. All right, I think we're going to, is it Houston? Somewhere in Texas. It's not Houston. Is it San Antonio maybe? I don't know. Anyways, thank you so much, Biggin. That's awesome. Also, Craig, thank you so much for becoming a member, Craig. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Welcome to the family. All right. Let's go.
This is your first time on this ticket, correct? Yep, you haven't been seen before on this ticket, correct?
No, ma'am. Wait, it's, I have 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes, but it's one ticket with 4 violations on it.
Oh, okay.
And
Yes,
this is
ma'am.
from 2014.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so it is for driving while license invalid, no insurance, a turn signal, and then failure to appear. So how do you plead to those charges? Guilty, no contest, or not guilty?
I guess guilty.
Okay. Ms. Kelly, did you drive here today?
Uh-huh.
Okay, did you have a valid license?
Uh-huh.
Let me see your license real quick.
So can I explain something to you? I done been to prison since then. Hey. Oh my God.
Where's she going? She just decided to
Did I give it to her? Because I just came from a whole nother court. Can I look in my car for my
Go, have a seat. I mean, sweetie, you want to have a seat? Let your mom look for the driver's license. So, yeah, and then you can scan it in. Let me see here. Did you find it, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Here's this car.
just making sure.
So I've been to prison since then.
Mhm.
I didn't have a baby. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I probably did whatever it was because I was strung out on drugs back then. But I didn't have a license for about 20 years and I was still driving. So that's why I'm saying I know I probably did it, but I'm not understanding why I didn't get my license until 2019. Why none of this stuff never came up, and I had to send money to Austin and pay an SR22 and everything just to get these licenses corrected when I started getting my life together.
Yeah.
So why is this just now coming up from 2014? That was before he was even born.
Oh, let me see the the inability real quick. Hold, I'm listening to you, Miss Kelly. Give me 1 minute. I'm gonna tell you when these things open, when they
Oh man, thank you so much for the super chat. Yeah, I probably cannot get those. I mean, I'll look for them though. That's funny. Thank you so much for the super chat. All right, while I'm paused, Jay, what's up, buddy? Thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate it, buddy. And Kathy Berry, member for 5 months. Thank you for the 5 months, Kathy. Thank you to both of you and for the $5 super chat. All right, let's go.
Where's that? There's hers. Let me get Miss Kelly's back up. So these, let's see. These warrants were issued back in 2014, so I don't know. They weren't just issued, so I don't know why they. I mean, you're gonna have to ask DPS that they gave you the license, but let's do this. You've got 2 options because you did mention that you went to prison. So And this was after you got these tickets, correct?
Uh-huh. He was born in December 2014 while I was in prison.
Okay. So one, we can see if we can get credit for time served. Okay. Now, remember, credit for time served. Yeah, you'll walk out of here not paying nothing, but you're going to walk out with driving while license invalid, no insurance with 4 convictions because you've got 4 violations per ticket.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I don't know if DPS is going to hit you and say, well, you're a habitual violator and you're going to have an issue with your license later down the road. Okay. And that's what a lot of people don't realize, that you can't just pay these tickets or get credit for time served because they end up with convictions. Okay. And convictions are very bad when it comes to DPS. They don't like convictions.
Okay.
Or I can adjudicate you. Yes, you're going to walk out paying something, but it won't go on your record. So that's that. Only you know what situation is best for you.
How much I have to pay?
I can't tell you how much you have to pay right now. I haven't gone to adjudicating, but I can tell you right now, your driving while license invalid is $383. Your no insurance is is $578. Your failure to turn signal is $351, and your failure to appear is $299. Of course, I'm not going to make you pay all of that in full, but I'm telling you right now that if
Hey, good luck, buddy. Wishing you a quick recovery. Make sure you stop by when you're able to tell us that you're feeling great. Please do.
the court wanted to, that's what you owe the court. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 19, 11, 12, 13, 14, almost $2,000 this ticket. Now, of course, you're not going to walk out paying that. I will drop it dramatically. But you are going to pay something, at most maybe $300 to $400. I don't know. Maybe not that much. I have to go through them. But I'm not going to go through them if that's not something. If you want credit for time served.
I don't want it on my record because I'm trying to drive for Uber.
Okay,
anyway.
so then that's my answer. All right. So they ran your license. You're cleared. Your license is valid. So that's a good thing for you. Driving while license invalid, $22 dismissal fee. So you went from $383 to $22 for showing me your license.
Okay.
Now, remember, all these tickets, you're going to have an omni hold that you're going to have to pay. So
what is that?
That's when DPS suspended your license to begin with, as soon as they came into warrant status. Okay. I have no authority to waive that, and that has to be paid, because if that's not paid the minute you walk out of here, that license turns invalid like that.
Wait a minute. You gonna drop some of the charges, but DPS still gonna charge me some charges, even though we trying to get it where it's not gonna be on my record?
Well, the not being on your record is my choice, and your DPS has no authority over that. It will not be on your record. I'm gonna tell you that right now. None of this ticket is. DPS has a $30 omni hold per violation, 369. You're gonna pay $120 right off the bat just through DPS. You're gonna pay it here, but that's DPS's little portion of it. Okay. And that's when it got into warrant status. We're going to reduce it as much as we can. My clerk is going to give you your grand totals, but I just want to let you know that DPS is going to take a little piece of that pie. Okay. Do you
if I ask to go to jail, what happens? It's going to be on my record when I get out of jail.
Yes, ma'am. And right now, you have to wait till it goes into warrant status. The officer can't just arrest you right now. That's not how it works anymore.
Well, I asked them that when I first got here.
And what they say?
He said, no, go back there and then talk to you.
Ma'am, you got a kid. You don't need to be going to jail.
I know, but ma'am, I just lost my job and I had to drive away from Houston to take care of this. And I just lost but all my jobs. Yes, I don't live in San Antonio no more.
Okay, so let me tell you this. We have Zoom.
Well, when they gave me this at DPS, I don't even know. It doesn't even tell me what the tickets are for. So my mother, I'm from San Antonio, but I just said, let me just take off a week. If I have to go to jail, I'll sit in jail. It shouldn't be no more than a week, and then I come back to work.
Well, now you can go spend time with your mom.
Stop,
Kelly, stop.
Who my mom in the house? She ain't going to jail.
Your face would. You better hope she's not watching this on TV.
Oh Lord! They don't see me, right? They just hear me.
No, they see you.
Oh my God!
Oh, we see you. Oh, we see you. She's got so much personality. I love it. All right, while I'm paused, Kathy Berry, thank you so much for the 10 gifted memberships. That is very generous of you. Thank you so much, Kathy, and welcome to all the 10 new members. And then Vic, member for 2 months. That's awesome. So no, you don't have to be sorry. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for the 2 months. All right, this one's almost finished. Let's finish it up.
All right, Miss Kelly, let me go over real quick what you got. Driving while license invalid, $22 dismissal fee.
Okay.
No insurance. I'm going to put you on 60 days probation. You're going to have a $100 fine plus your court costs 60 days to pay that. You're going to need to provide me 6 months proof of insurance. If you don't have a vehicle, it's called non-owner's insurance.
I can provide that to you now.
Yeah. You pay both those 2 tickets. I will waive your last 2 completely.
Wait a minute. Do what? Give you my insurance?
Hold on. Listen to me.
Okay.
You pay your first 2 tickets, which is your driving while license invalid and your no insurance. I will waive your no turn signal of $351 and your failure to appear of $299. You already saved $600, half of your ticket already.
Okay, and how much are the other 2 tickets?
Slide around here to the right. My clerk will give you a grand total. I'm not allowed to give you total. She don't.
Okay, but you want to see my insurance?
She's gonna take all that from you.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
You better hope your mama didn't watch this video.
Well, I thought I'd go get a break, y'all.
All right, Miss Kelly, you have a great one, okay?
All right, that one was fun. That one was fun. All right, what do we got? We have Jedi. Jedi's up for how many months? 5 months. Thank you so much, Jedi. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the 5 months. And Sly, the 2 months. Thank you both. You both are awesome. Thank you so much. All right, I think the next one, just a very quick 3-minute clip. I think we're going to Florida.
Corporal, we have Tyrone Jackson III.
Dang, Reno, 5 months as well. All the twat waffles on the same day. Can't let the me of Wisconsin. What? Can't let the me of Wisconsin post if I don't. Can't let the Reno. I am lost. I am lost. But thank you so much. Thank you so much for the 5 months and each and everything 4 months. Thank you so much. Milestone. It's raining milestones tonight. You guys are awesome.
Mr. Jackson, good morning. Mr. Jackson, I held you yesterday with no bond, but I gave law enforcement 24 hours to attempt to amend the complaint if they wanted to identify the substance. They have done that. They have filed an amended complaint. Mr. McDaniel, want to be heard on that amended complaint?
Your Honor, I did read the complaint and seen it, and I was just kind of concerned. I mean, they didn't put in there they were getting the items tested, or I guess is that something they would want to do in the complaint?
Yes, 99% of the time they use a field test, but the law does require an alternate method of establishing probable cause only when they put the officer's credentials in there and basically enough credentials to lead a reasonable person to believe they can identify it. So
I don't know how you can identify a chemical that's invisible that's sprayed on some kind of organic material. I don't know how you can do that.
I don't know that I didn't. That's the first I've ever been told it's an invisible chemical sprayed on organic material. I thought synthetic marijuana had a visible presence.
Generally speaking, my understanding is that it's chemical.
All right, so we have the judge, and I don't know if it's the prosecutor or the defense attorney. They're discussing what synthetic weed is right now, and the defendant, you just heard him. He's just laughing because this is kind of hilarious listening to these guys try to explain to each other what it is. It's funny.
Was it sprayed onto some kind of material that burns, and the
Ms. Bremer?
Yeah,
I have no idea.
we may have to revert to Mr. Jackson and explain that to us.
I don't know that he wants to do that, though.
But,
So,
I
Mr.
mean,
Jackson, I'm going to find probable cause. The officer says he's been to several trainings. They put it in the complaint this time that he can identify synthetic marijuana visually based upon these trainings he's been to. So that's enough for probable cause. So what that means, sir, is you're going to be held. I'm going to set you a bond now. I think I did not set a bond yesterday because I wanted to give them 24 hours to fix the complaint. Your bond's going to be $10,000 on the new charge. You do have a 10-day hold. That 10-day hold started yesterday. So Ms. Bremer may have already contacted them. If she hasn't, I'm asking them to contact the probation office about your arrest, and then it'll be between them and the circuit judge whether or not a warrant's issued and whether or not there's a bond on that warrant. I will see you 10 days from yesterday. Mr. Jackson, if that 10 days falls on a weekend or holiday, I'll see you the next working day and we'll see if they have a warrant. If they have a no bond warrant, then there's no purpose in trying to post bond in the new case. If they don't have a no bond warrant, then we'll let you know that. You'll be free to post bond. Any questions, sir?
No, sir.
All right. Have a good day, sir.
Your Honor, is there a
You as well.
Yes, there is a condition of random urinalysis on the bond if he does post bond at some point.
Yeah, like I said, that was just a quick one. I thought that was funny, listening to the judge and the lawyers try to explain what it was. All right, I don't know where we're going next. I don't know.
Just up here.
Okay, yeah, there might be some MH issues here, but I have not covered Judge On in a long time. We are back in Texas now. Let's go.
Were you successful at the PR bond, sir?
This is the PR bond hearing, ma'am.
Oh, I see. To
All
see
right,
if
let's continue here, okay?
qualify?
We'll be talking about that here in a second, ma'am. All right, hold on a second. What's your name?
Sarah Gagne.
Yeah, I talked to you the other day when they brought you in.
Your Honor, I'd agree to a PR on this.
Yeah.
She has a long criminal history, but this.
No, I know. I just, when they brought her in, I just had some concerns. That's why she didn't get her at the front end, First of all, where is she gonna live? Mr. Hernandez, could you enlighten us on that, please?
Your Honor, it's my understanding, although I didn't interview Ms. Gagne, that she was on her way to North Carolina when she got stopped. I would imagine that if she would continue if I may take her on the question and answer, Your Honor.
Not hard, just do what you do. Let's sort out that situation here, because
Yes.
that's just why
Ms.
my
Gagne,
concern, the civility issue was my concern when they brought her in for magistration,
yeah, Ms. Gagne, I understand that you were headed towards North Carolina. Where are you coming from?
Excuse me, I need to spit, but I don't have a tissue. I'm sorry, I am sick. I was in California and then I went through Arizona and New Mexico and then ended up here and I was on the way to my sister's.
Do you have a permanent residence somewhere?
Helotes, Texas.
Where?
In Helotes, Texas.
Helotes, Texas?
Correct.
Okay, if the court would release you, is that where you would reside?
Yes, well, I have medical issues and my sister is a nurse and I'm headed to North Carolina to get some medical help from her first.
Okay, and then you would return to Texas.
Correct.
Okay. I understand, is Helotes near San Antonio?
Correct.
That's because I noticed it says that you attended school in San Antonio or got your GED there.
Correct.
Okay. Your Honor, with the understanding that she would eventually return to her home in Helotes near San Antonio, given the nature of the charge, Your Honor, which is just to failure to ID, we would request a full PR bond, Your Honor, and maybe with Ms. Gagne having permission to report by phone.
Let me ask you another question before I do it. Apparently, when they brought you in, they asked you some questions about your financial situation to see whether or not you qualify for a court-appointed attorney. You refused to give information. Are you working? You don't want to answer that question?
Ma'am, if you
Sure.
want to get court-appointed counsel, you need to explain to the court how much money you make or don't make, so that they can decide.
That's what I'm trying to find out.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, okay. How much money do I make? Roughly, I make, it varies, 1,800 to 3,000 a month, depending on my motivation.
What kind of work do you do?
House cleaning.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's all.
I haven't done it in a while because I've been sick, sir. But I need to, to get my medical.
Well, yeah, when's the last time you worked full-time?
It's about 8 months, to be honest.
Your Honor, we'd request appointment of counsel as well, that the court appoint counsel.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that, okay? All right, actually, I'm gonna appoint your office, Mr. Hernandez, okay, in this case. All right, it's gonna be a PR bond, it's gonna be, I'm just gonna make it administrative level supervision, okay?
Minimal supervision, what does that mean?
That means that your PR bond officer needs to have a good phone number, an address or email address to reach you, because they're the ones gonna tell you when you have court and you need to come back.
Oh, my lawyers requested that I do it by phone because I don't.
I can tell you that's about as minimal as it gets. You know,
I might be
they need to do not interrupt me, ma'am.
I might be in North Carolina for a while.
Do not interrupt me.
I'm pretty sick, sir, so I don't know if I'll be able to come back here. I might be on medication and in bed. I don't know.
Ma'am, the court's granting your PR bond, so.
I mean, you're making me rethink my decision giving you a PR one if you're gonna be telling me all those things.
What?
You're making me reconsider my decision to give you a PR one if you tell me you're not coming back because you're gonna be on medication or because of this or because of that, you know. I mean, your case is gonna be pending. You need to come back to court. I mean, there's no ifs and no buts about it. If you don't come back, they're gonna turn into a warrant, and someday you may be passing through El Paso, and guess what's gonna happen? They stop you, talk to a cop, someone like that, they run you for warrants, and boom.
When will I have to come back? Can we set it for a while so that I can get well?
Ma'am, I do not control what the trial courts do, ma'am. The case should be filed within the next few days, and you're going to be assigned to a trial court. That trial court will set your court date. Your PR1 officer will notify you either by phone or by email as to when you need to come back, ma'am. Okay? Right now, Ms. Geraldine is going to ask you some questions because she needs to know good phones to get a hold of you and an email address. Do you have that information?
A trial, what?
You're gonna be landing. See, when your case gets filed.
Yeah, she's not listening. She's not listening at all. She is gonna talk herself into losing her PR bond that was just granted. Just pay attention. You're almost done. You're almost finished. You're about to walk away and get out of jail. Just pay attention for one more minute.
You're gonna land in a trial court, a county court of law. They're gonna be the ones that judge from that court is the one who's gonna permanently handle your case from now on. Right now, your case has not been filed. That's why you're here in front of me. So
I don't understand.
We need to have good information. We need to have good information so we can let you know when you need to come back to court, ma'am.
Okay, yes.
So do you have a phone number?
I could give you my mom's phone number.
We just need numbers. If you don't have one, for a relative, and we're also gonna need an email address to reach you. If you don't have, do you have an email address?
I'll just give you the phone number. That's simpler, I think. Right.
Ms. Geraldine is gonna ask you some questions. Please answer her questions, ma'am. Go ahead.
Thank you, Judge. Christine, what's your mom's phone number?
210. $84.30.
What's her name?
Heidi.
And her last name?
Smith.
What's your full address, ma'am, where you're going to live?
Okay. Did anyone just see Jesus pop up? I don't know what that is in the behind the green screen of top middle. It looked like there was like a picture of Jesus that just came over his shoulder. Please tell me I'm not the only one that saw that.
Well, it's 195.60.
What's the street name? What city?
Helotes, Texas. 78023.
Yep. Would you like to provide an email address?
No, I never can get in. No.
Okay. Do you have a personal number?
No.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Ma'am, our office will get a hold of you sometime later through your mom, and we'll try to arrange to take care of this case, possibly with doing classes instead of coming back. We'll do what we can, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
No, you can see it there. It's the arm, but if you rewind it a little bit further, like there's actually a face to that arm. So yeah, it's the whole thing, and she does seem annoyed to be participating. Whoever just said that.
Thank you. All right, buddy, yeah, have a seat right here.
Hey, Mr. Dixon,
That ain't Jesus. That ain't Jesus. All right, all right, all right. I think this might be the last case. This is a longer one. This is an actual hearing. It's about 20 minutes long, and it's interesting. It's very interesting. I think this is. I don't know if this is a PCC or an exam, because I feel like they're trying. You know what? I don't know. Let's just watch it together. But okay, no spoilers. Let's go. Oh, actually, before we get started on this, I know. Yeah, Birdie, thank you so much for the 4 months. Wanted to see how many months show. Well, 4 months show, and thank you so much, Birdie. I appreciate it. I think you were a little late on that. You actually may have said that before I paused it and said Birdie's mild chat, but because it's the delay, yeah. But thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I appreciate it.
Mr. Sutton, you may call your first witness.
It's time to stay close to Detective Summer Bales.
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Could you state your name?
Summer Bales,
Where are you employed?
Panama City Police Department.
How long have you been with the Panama City Police Department?
July 5th will be a year with them.
What do you do with the police department?
As of right now, I am assigned to the Street Crimes Unit
How long have you been with the Street Crimes Unit?
since November 14th, 2023.
And the Street Crimes Unit, is that typically the city's narcotics unit?
Narcotics Unit and Vice Crimes. Yes, sir.
I want to take you to December 12th of 2023. Were you working on that day?
Yes, sir, I was.
At some point, did you have occasion to come in contact with the defendant, Gary Doles?
Yes, I did.
Tell us how you came in contact with him.
Myself, Sergeant McNeil now, and Investigator McQuay were conducting proactive enforcement.
I am so sorry, Becca. I did miss yours. I did. Thank you so much, Becca. I appreciate it. Love watching. I love that you love watching, and I am sorry that I missed it. I am sorry, but thank you. Also, thank you for letting me know I missed it.
Enforcement within the city limits for traffic and narcotics. We observed a Nissan Juke, a white Nissan Juke, traveling in front of us and swerve into the oncoming lane before making a left turn onto Ninth Court, almost striking another vehicle. We initiated a traffic stop using our blue lights and sirens. All three of us made contact with Mr. Doles at his vehicle. Investigator McQuay was the initiating officer on the driver's side. I was on the passenger side. We all could smell the marijuana emitting from inside the vehicle. Mr. Doles provided his driver's license and his medical marijuana card, which his medical marijuana card was expired. He was explained that although he possesses a expired medical marijuana card, he's not allowed to be smoking while driving in his vehicle. We observed a burnt marijuana blunt inside the vehicle. After removing him from the vehicle, he was detained and his vehicle and his person was searched. A marijuana bud was found inside the vehicle, a little small marijuana, what we call a bud, in the car door. And after searching his person, McNeil located crack cocaine in his pocket of his shirt.
Now, you said McNeil found the cocaine in Mr. Doles' pocket?
Yes, sir.
Did you observe that yourself?
Yes, sir, I did.
Was that cocaine field tested on site?
Yes, sir.
Who was that? Who tested that?
McNeil turned the cocaine over to McQuay. McQuay walked over to another officer who arrived on scene, retrieved a field test kit, swabbed the cocaine, and it presented, or the white chalky substance, and it presented a positive for cocaine.
And did you observe that yourself?
Yes, sir.
Was that cocaine ultimately, or has it been sent to FDLE for further testing?
Yes, sir, it has.
And we haven't gotten the results back yet?
No, sir. Not that I know of.
And the marijuana that was found, was that found in the vehicle?
Yes, sir.
And you observed that yourself as well?
Yes, sir, I did.
Your training experience, have you had training experience with the identification of controlled substances?
Yes, sir, I have had training with
What
drug
type of
identification.
training, have you had on identifying controlled substances?
I had a 40-hour course back home in Georgia where I served 20 years in law enforcement with drug identification.
And in your 20 plus years in law enforcement, have you had occasion to come in contact with marijuana in the past?
Yes, sir, I have multiple times.
Very familiar with what
Yes,
marijuana
sir.
looks like, smells like?
Yes,
And in your training experience, were you able to say that this was marijuana in this case?
absolutely. Yes, sir.
I know you mentioned that Mr. Doles had an expired medical marijuana card. The marijuana that you found, was it in medical marijuana containers or anything?
No, sir, it was open.
I've got no further questions, John. Gordon?
All right, before the defense starts, let's catch up. Yeah, you did. You did. I missed one. Thank you so much, Legal Fiction. Thank you again for the super chat. So if I just keep missing things, are you going to just keep super chatting me? Because I'll miss things all night. Just kidding. Thank you again, Legal Fiction. I appreciate it. Paul, it was 8 days ago. I didn't know you could do this. Well, now you do. Thank you so much for the 1 month. I appreciate it. And Sparkle, I don't need no dang reason. I can hear your voice saying that. Just take it. All right. Thank you. I will. Thank you so much, Sparkle Poots. And Mimi. Good to see you, Mimi. Thank you so much for the 5 months. Okay. Let's go.
Yes, ma'am.
You weren't the one that stopped Mr. Doles, were you?
No, ma'am. I was seated in the rear seat.
Okay. And why was he stopped?
He was stopped for swerving into, he was traveling northbound on Bay Avenue, and he was going to, he swerved into oncoming traffic, almost striking a vehicle before he turned left onto 9th Court.
Okay. And you said that you were on the passenger side of the vehicle?
The back seat passenger side.
Back seat passenger
But I
side.
usually kind of scoot over toward the middle of the vehicle, the back seat of the truck, so that I could see, but I usually sit behind the passenger seat.
Oh, no, I mean his vehicle.
What about his vehicle?
Were you on the passenger side of his
The passenger
vehicle?
side once I approached, yes, ma'am.
Okay. And weren't the windows closed?
They ended up rolling them down.
Okay. Who rolled them down?
I do not recall who, upon approaching the vehicle, Mr. Dole rolled the window down for Investigator McQuay.
Okay. And really, Investigator McQuay is the one that did everything, isn't he?
Not necessarily, no. We were all working together.
Okay. Did you talk to Mr. Doles?
Yeah, he was actually very, very friendly. He wasn't resisting or anything. He said that he was going to pick up a friend or something to that effect.
Did you search him?
No, ma'am, I did not.
Investigator McQuay and Investigator McNeil searched him,
Yes,
right?
sir, they both did.
Okay.
In my presence.
You were standing there when they were searching him?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And he had some mint in his pocket, didn't he?
Yes, ma'am, he did.
And when they asked him about the chalky part, he said that was a part of a mint, wasn't it?
He did say that, yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you don't have an FDLE report saying that that's cocaine?
Not yet. Not to my knowledge, no, ma'am, I do not.
Okay. And you said you were there when it was field tested?
I watched the body camera. I was there. I observed Investigator McQuay take the cocaine to the rear of the vehicle and field test it with a swab kit.
So you didn't see it in person?
This is the Honorable Judge Clark in Bay County, Florida. This is Florida.
You saw it on body cam?
On body cam, yes, ma'am.
Okay. And did you look at his marijuana card?
Yeah, through body cam. I did not run his information or anything. I was just
Okay.
present on scene to search.
Okay. And He was let go, wasn't he?
Yes, ma'am,
Why?
because he was going to work for us.
Okay. And what happened?
He completely disregarded us and never made contact with us again.
Okay, and then you went to his house?
We issued a warrant for his arrest.
And you went to his house?
I did not. Other investigators did.
Oh, okay, you did not go to his house?
I didn't go to his house and arrest him.
Okay. Thank you. I have no further questions.
Any redirect? And the witness be excused. Ma'am, you may go about your day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sutton may call you next witness.
No further witnesses, Your Honor.
Mr. McCarthy?
I'm sorry, Your Honor, may I have just a minute?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't have anything to say right now because I don't want to spoil it. 'Cause I know what happens, and I don't want to spoil.
Yes.
But if you haven't hit that like button already, I'd appreciate it if you did. I can say that.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
That's okay.
May I call Mr. Doles?
Mr. Doles? You can just have a seat where you're at and, or you can, that'd be the easiest. Let him have a seat where he's at.
Oh.
Raise your right hand to be sworn.
You do solemnly swear the testimony about the guilt will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Will help me. All right.
Okay, please state your name for the record.
Gary Doles. All right, pull that microphone a little bit closer to him, Mr. Speak up just a little bit.
Gary Doles,
And where do you live, Mr. Doles?
1804 East 7th Court.
Night, which was December 12th, were you traveling away from your residence?
Yes, I was.
Okay, and were you in your vehicle?
Yes, I was.
Okay, and you were stopped by Investigator McQuay?
Yes.
Okay. When he stopped you, what did he do? What was the first thing he did? They have you
First-
move your, roll your window down?
When I rolled my window down, the first thing came out. I asked, what did I do wrong?
Right.
And he said, I swerved. I replied to him, I have front end problem with my car. I went around a bump on the road. After that, he opened the door and told me to get out, and he put handcuffs on me.
Right.
Now, if I would have broke the law, why did he come out putting handcuffs on me?
Okay.
Now, beyond that point, he took me to the bank.
Ask your next question, Mr. McCarthy.
And at that
Wixom, thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate it. That is extremely generous of you. Another down payment on the future lawyer and judge. I still might take the LSAT with you, even though I'm 65 and long retired. No, it'll be fun. I'm gonna let you know. It's probably, let's see, probably the first or second week of July is when we're gonna nail the plans down and actually sign up. So we'll have an actual date by then. So I'll let you know. But thank you so much for the very generous super chat.
time, did you have a marijuana card?
Yes,
And they asked you about it?
yes.
And your card was valid
5/27.
until 5/27
Yes.
of this year?
Of this year.
Okay, and your probation officer had a copy of that?
She got a copy.
And
Yeah, I keep expecting him to say, "You want to play a game?" That's what voice I hear.
when they searched you, did they find some peppermints in your pocket?
Yes, they did.
Okay, and then they thought they found something else, some cocaine. Was that cocaine in your pocket?
No, that was not cocaine.
Was it a piece of the mints?
That was a piece of the mint.
And you told them that?
I told them that.
Okay. Have you ever tested positive for cocaine since you've been on probation?
No, I haven't.
thank you. I have no further questions.
Sullivan?
No question, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. McCarthy, your next witness?
No other witness, Your Honor.
All right, state.
Your Honor, you heard the testimony from Investigator Bales. There's the testimony is that the medical marijuana card was expired. There's been no evidence other than Mr. Dole's testimony that it wasn't expired. His possession of the marijuana in this case, violates his probation. Whether this cocaine was cocaine or not, whether it's a mint or not, it tested positive with a field test. We don't have the FDA results at this point, so whether the court buys that it's cocaine or not is really irrelevant because the possession of the marijuana itself violates Mr. Dole's supervision.
Mr. McCarthy?
All right, the prosecutor was kind of stumbling through that. So the mint tested positive for cocaine. They don't have the actual lab results back. But yeah, he's right. I mean, Florida, you're not allowed to have marijuana. He had it. But this is the prosecutor that lost to the Sobsit. So yeah. Let's see if he wins this one.
Your Honor, pretty much everything that Investigator Bales talked about was hearsay. And I know there were a few things that were not, but Mr. Dole can't be convicted just on hearsay. And the truth is, Investigator McQuay was the one that did this stop and was the one that participated in all the important steps. And they don't want to bring him because he was fired.
Your Honor, that's not exactly true. Investigator McQuay actually wasn't even listed as a witness at all in this case. And what Detective Bales testified to wasn't hearsay. What she testified to is what she observed and what she saw.
And some of what she saw was on the body cam that she said, which is hearsay.
Which wasn't.
Okay, Mr. Doles has been good on probation. He never tested positive for cocaine. There's no FDLE report saying that this was cocaine. The field tests are not always reliable, and we'd ask you to find him not.
Does the probation department, have you had any evidence that there was a valid marijuana card on record?
Your Honor, so I was just reading the case notes. His officer instructed him to bring it. However, he was arrested again after only reporting one other time, and there's no note to indicate he brought it.
I'm gonna find based on, and it's based on the condition 5 on the violating the law, and I'm not going to consider the testimony about the cocaine, so we don't know at this time whether it's cocaine or not. I know we have a presumptive test, but I'm not going to consider that, but I am going to consider the testimony of the officer about the marijuana. There's no evidence he has a valid marijuana card, and I'm going to find that he willfully violated the terms and conditions of his probation.
All right. So there we have it. He violated. So this was a violation hearing. So that's what this was. But it's not over. We still have about 5 or 6 minutes left. This is when it's about to go down. The defendant is not happy about this at all.
I'm talking.
Yes. What do you want to say, sir?
Sir, my probation officer took a copy of my card.
Okay.
The first day I got there, I handed to her. She took the copy. Her name is Officer Massey. And Officer Massey supposed to been here today. She would have verified that and showed the copy.
Okay.
Of 5/27/24 is when it be expired. Other than that, there's no other evidence in here showing that I violated any probation.
I've already found that you willfully violated. I'm going to allow Mr. Sullivan to make any argument, then I'll allow Mr. McCarthy to respond.
Your Honor, the state's asking for a DOC sentence in this case. With the score sheet provided to the court, Mr. Dole scores a little over 15 months as a lowest permissible sentence. Mr. Doles is not a candidate for probation. I don't believe that the court should reinstate him to supervision. Mr. Doles has been to prison 5 times previously and has significant DOC history. So the state's asking for a DOC sentence in accordance with the lowest permissible sentence.
Ms. McCord?
Yeah, Mr. Doles hadn't been in trouble since 2005. He does have a misdemeanor from before this felony. And he's older, and this is a minor violation, and you'd ask the court to reinstate.
Or if I could just address, Ms. McCarthy said he hadn't been in trouble since 2005. I've been doing this job since 2016, and this is the 3rd time I prosecuted Mr. Doles.
All right, I am going to revoke his probation. I think he's already been adjudicated guilty, and I believe it was a tampering. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Tampering with evidence. Sentenced him to 18 months in the Florida Department of Corrections. We'll be given credit for
no probable cause, but stop with the vehicle. Why is no one doing right?
Sir, that's enough.
Sure, they're doing wrong. See what else you gonna do.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it. I think this punishment's a little harsh for this. I really do. Yeah, I'm gonna stick there. I'm not happy with it. The defendant's not happy with it, and it's about to get worse. It's about to get worse. He doesn't really stop talking for the rest of this hearing until he's basically dragged. Well, he's removed from the court. Anyways, there's only 3 minutes left of this, so you know what time it is. I'm gonna let it play out. Thank you everybody for hanging out. Yeah, thank you all for the gifted memberships. A lot of membership milestones tonight. Thank you so much, Wixom, for the amazing, generous super chat. Legal Fiction, thank you for your super chats as well. Kathy for the gifted memberships. You guys are all awesome. All right, I'm gonna let this play out. Yeah, let's go hang out on Discord after this, as always. And until next time, bye.
Mr. Doles, that's enough. Now I've already told you. We're fixing to take you to prison, sir.
Oh, now you're gonna send me to prison.
Yes, sir, I am.
Delivered.
Yes, I am.
And Your Honor, I have him calculated at 170 days credit.
I want a jury trial. But I want it for the proper cause. There was no reason for stopping me.
How many days you have?
170, Your Honor.
You agree with that, Ms. McCarthy?
Yes.
He'll be given credit for 170 days time.
All right, I'll pause it while Judge Clark is talking. 'Cause I don't want to pause it when the defendant's talking. Therina, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it.
Time served. All fines and costs previously imposed are reduced to a civil judgment. There's an additional $250 imposed today for the cost of the prosecution of the violation of probation. That's reduced to a civil judgment. Mr. Doles, you have 30 days to file your notice of appeal if you wish to appeal your judgment and sentence. If you'd like to have an attorney to represent you, you can't afford one. One may be appointed to represent you at no charge. Good luck to you, sir. We need to have him fingerprinted. Yeah, let's set him for July that 18th. And if the state makes a decision, then he can roll off that document.
Working on that now.
You did that on purpose, Legal Fiction. Thank you so much for your 5 months. I appreciate it. Yeah, but you definitely waited till the end to do that. Did you? I didn't get a. Oh, yeah, you did. Thank you so much, Mimi. That is awesome. Very generous of you, Mimi. Thank you. I don't know why I don't get notifications for Cash App anymore. I don't know why. Maybe I accidentally turned them off, but Venmo and PayPal I get an instant notification, but Cash App I actually have to go into it. But Mimi, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Very generous. Lisette, 5 months. Thank you so much, Lisette. That is awesome. All right, making sure I didn't miss anybody else. Bill Rhodes. I waited. Thanks, Bill. I appreciate it. Thank you for the 4 month. A lot of milestones tonight. You guys are all awesome. All right, so they're trying to fingerprint him right now, and it does not go well. But there's less than a minute left of the video, so you guys know what time it is.
Ain't even got married one. And the woman ain't even stop me. You wrong. May the Lord get hold to you. You are wrong. You too.
Mr. Doles, I've heard just about all. I've heard all over here.
Get me back then.
I tell you, why don't y'all just fingerprint him at the jail? He didn't have to be in front of me. Go ahead and fingerprint him at the jail.
Oh, nothing.
Send the fingerprints back up to the court.
I ain't going through this. Y'all did me wrong. And may God get hold of you. Lord, every one of us.
All right, we can go off the record.